Wanted to restart, see if that helped the connection. Hopefully anybody is still up. I don't have to roll any more ads because it carries over, so we still have 50 minutes. Sorry about the wait. I will give you the 30 seconds of the intro ad. And I see you have returned. As mentioned before you got here, we've got like 40 plus minutes, 45. So we don't have to roll any more ads yet. How's the connection? Only lurkers have returned? That doesn't sound right. How's the connection? Not good then, huh? What do we think? All lurkers? No, none of my chatters came back? What happened? What happened? What is it going on? No one? No one? All right. Well, if you're just tuning in, hello. Hi, how you doing? Illuminati Mystics, and I do have tarot decks, but lately I haven't been using them. I definitely still do personal readings. You can always go on my website, www.illymilly.com, and you can book one. But as for the stream, I haven't been doing them much lately. But tonight, 222 with 2 viewers right now, maybe. I think I'm going to use this Cosmic Deck of Initiation tonight. But I'd also like to read more. So I was kind of waiting for the people who were tuned in with me before we got disconnected to come back if they were going to, before I did anything. So I'm also just kind of chit-chatting for a minute before we get into either one to see if anyone comes back. So yeah. What up, lurkers? Sucks the stream got disconnected. We were really vibing. People like talking to me, chatting with me. Whole thing. What the hell happened? Didn't know I was back yet, I guess. I don't know. I just thought about Kendrick. As long as I praise him. What you gonna do? Put your head up, keep moving? Let it haunt you. Fashion police, so in my heart. On my sleeve, let the runway start. I don't know. And if you lack confidence, everybody lack confidence. How many times potential was anonymous? How many times? I don't know. So I promise this. I love myself. Yes, I do, if you were wondering. I do love myself. I find it challenging to believe that others can love me in the same capacity that I love myself or that I love them, despite the fact that I love myself and them. Yeah? I do find it challenging to accept. Because the thing is, I understand the complexities of loving me, and I understand how difficult of a challenge that can be. It's hard to love a holy man, yeah? It's hard to love someone who is wanting to do right by you, but sometimes has to trigger you or show you things that you don't want to see or tell you things you don't want to hear, or to be the most offensive person in your ear is to also be the one that's always in your ear. That's very difficult. Um, and I'd like to think it would go away. Stop. Shit, both of y'all need to chill. Okay. Okay. I was just like talking about nothing, kind of waiting. Okay. Listen, I need everybody to calm down. Hey, baby. Okay. So, anyways, I don't know what the fuck we were babbling about, quite honestly. I kind of forgot we had to start the stream over. So this is gonna be in the first 5 minutes of the stream. We all just like took it from 0 to 5,000 and then try to take it back to 100 like no one would notice. Okay, well we might as well get this party started then. I literally do not remember what I was talking about, but I was just kind of killing time to see if anybody was gonna make their way back to the stream before I got started on anything. Um, That's amazing. That's really amazing. You should fly into America for the Barbie movie. What up, weird? How's it going? So, y'all are in luck. I think tonight I'm going to use some tarot cards. I wanted to use the Cosmic Deck of Initiation. I've thought about it for days. I was going to do it last night, didn't get to it. Tonight it feels okay. Right? Like, I feel like I need to do some personal readings. I meant to do them today, ran out of time, just not really being full functioning. I was trying not to smoke weed. What do you mean by that? I love darkness. I love the darkness. I believe in a thing called love. Just listen to the rhythm of my heart. There are times we can make it now. Keep rocking till the sun goes down. I believe in a thing called love. Get down. Touching you. Touching me. Touching you. 'Cause you're Yeah, that was me for like 20 fucking years straight. Perfect time. Chuck. To me. I don't mean to be rambling, it's just laughter in your face of woe. However, misery does love company, but misery loves the company of joy because misery wants to be like joy. Better company to have. Misery hates the company of misery. Misery wants to be the misery. Misery does not want to associate with more misery. How could misery be misery if there's someone else being misery? Misery loves the company of joy. Forgive my laughter. Your sadness is called upon it. But yeah, I mean, I acted out a lot. I raged a lot. I hurt people, broke shit, fucking really flipped out a bunch. And most of that was just because I couldn't understand the ebbs and flows of my hormonal cycle and understanding the complexities of PTSD having a routine effect. I mean, can you imagine if your PTSD was just going to turn on at a certain time every month? It's exhausting. It's exhausting. And I powered through it somehow over all those years and carried all the stress of like not knowing why the fuck that was happening to me or what it was. And then also having to do damage control and also trying to have to maintain like it wasn't going on at all. That's a lot. It was exhausting. Now I'm like, I rest more, take time. But it's because I know if I do too much, take on too much, I'll have to do all the course correcting that I've already done. I don't want to do that. Okay. I gotta take it easier now. It's a lot less glamorous. It was so much easier being unhinged. It was so much easier letting people think what they wanted of me. Hi, baby. It was so much easier to let people get what they wanted and think what they wanted and have the bad reputation and to be known to freak out and to be feared over being loved. My life was much, much easier that way. Let me fucking tell you. I don't even want to tell you. It's disgusting. I would get whatever I wanted all the time. If I wanted, if I like If I wanted something, I got it. People were too afraid to say no to me, and I didn't even realize it. I thought, "Oh, I'm a good manifestor. Oh, I'm a good person. Oh, I deserve this." I think people were just afraid. Now I'm less fearsome. I have less. I get, that's okay. I would get better tips than the people I worked with. Why? Because, well, gotta stay on your good side. Can't imagine what would happen if I didn't. Yeah. If I wanted to somebody, okay. I guess I will surrender to this. Okay. I mean, anything I wanted, I had. But I do think it's because I was prone to violence and known for flipping out. Yeah. And I thought that made me fun and courageous and punk. And it does to some extent because a lot of the times I'd stand up in defense of someone else or of myself without realizing it. So while a huge part of it was me, another part of it, a smaller part of it, a bit of it, part of it was them. Okay. And I got to a point in my health, my progress, and my realizations, right? My healing to realize that the last step was to understand that they called that upon themselves just as much as I did, unfortunately, for both of us and them. Yeah, I get that. I think a lot of us do. Hey, Coro, you're newer here, right? You were new follow the other night. You briefly chatted. You always come in late and we gotta go. Yeah, well, we're in it now. It's just I was streaming for about an hour and then we got disconnected, so we start fresh. I was really tired before I started the stream and kind of dragging, like I don't want to do this. I got nothing to say. I am preoccupied in my mind, blah blah blah. But no, 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 this is going well. I feel like I'm getting energized as the night goes on, and it's been an interesting conversation and a lot of learning and growing that we're doing together. So I think these streams are very important, not just to me, but hopefully for all of you as well, and for my uh 28 subs. Hell yeah, dude. Thank you all so much. Rock and fucking roll. So the plan tonight is we're gonna pack this back up because it's cashy mode. We're gonna do we're gonna do a couple things. And we're gonna use this tarot deck and we're gonna read from that book. So which one do we want to do? What order would we like to do them? I'm kind of leaning towards like the tarot and then the reading. But the thing is, this tarot deck is always my closer, and it's like the final messages of the night when I'm doing tarot. But then, like, the book is bedtime stories, so everyone falls asleep to them. So I kind of feel like we should do the tarot reading and then the reading. But if somebody is like, no, I'd rather hear the book right now because I'm here, save the reading for later, or vice versa. Like, yo, I've been waiting for tarot for a week now, lady. You haven't done any. Let me know now. Well, anyway, to conclude the conversation I was having, is that as much harder as things are now because people don't give to me as easily, because I don't take, because there is no fear. Love is more work. Love is harder. I know both very well. Love is harder. Love is much harder than fear. Vulnerability is much harder than anger. Acceptance is much harder than intimidation. Yeah. I used to be that way too. I beat myself up over people not wanting to be my friend when I realized they weren't good friends to me anyway, but it took me a long time to realize that. A very long time to realize that. And I have always been so autistically desperate for friendship that I've put up with a really terrible people who in turn, would trigger these bouts or episodes of PTSD in me and then turn it against me and be like, "Well, you're crazy and I don't want to be friends with you because of what you did." And it's like, "But I'm sorry, I'm willing to forgive you for what you did." And they won't even address that because they're so fixated on the way I reacted to it. Now I'm better at my reactions. Now I understand them more. At the time I didn't. For the last 20 years I was like, "I'm sorry. I don't get it at all." I don't know. I don't know that it is for everyone. And I think for me, I embrace the moments in which I'm not. I don't know. I'm very much in the now. You gotta understand, it's hard for me to feel lonely. It's hard for me to be lonely anymore. I was always excitably lonely, right? When I was a kid, listen, I've been a freak since day one. I get it. I'm not as cool as Kim Gordon. I'm reading her biography or her memoir. I think it's different. The memoir is a little shorter. Biography, I think, is more in depth, and I think she does have a biography. She's a Taurus with a Libra moon. I'm a Taurus with an Aqua moon, and I feel like that explains the exact difference between us and why we're so much alike still at the end of the day. But anyways, she talks about her fashion sense, and she refers to it a few times in this book about how punk stuff or anything radical is so much better if you're not expecting it. It looks plain and blah blah blah. And I'm kind of like, fuck you, shut the fuck up. And it's the only part that makes me feel that way. Where I'm like, come on, man. Some of us just are, okay? Some of us don't even have the option of being covert. Some of us just wake up and are so fucking weird that when I look down, I want to see how fucking weird I am. When I look in the mirror, I want to smile at my goofy self. I want to bring light to my day too. This isn't all about expressing the way that I am or the way that I feel. It's expressing to myself the joy that I seek in life. All right. So some of us don't even have the choice to tone it down. I love Kim Gordon, by the way. I don't mean like fuck you. Like it's not like I don't like her after reading this. I like her a lot more upon reading her memoir. Um, but still annoying, annoying, an annoying thought because so funnily enough, it is very personal to me in that way of oh my god, I've literally been like this since I was a child. When I was like, probably I guess before I started preschool really young. So I started preschool when I was like 3 or 4, or whatever. No, I guess it was 3. Most people start preschool at 4, right? So that's 3 because I did it for 2 years. I started preschool when I was 3. So around that time or a little before, I just had an outfit I liked, right? I just had an outfit. I guess I watched a lot of cartoons. I don't fucking know what the fuck I was on, but I just all I wanted to wear was like little skirt, cowboy boots, cherry bra, and a little hat or something. And I was like, I'm just gonna wear this every single day. And if you have no toddlers, you know how hard it is to get them dressed. Where it's just like, I guess if that's what I guess if you're gonna get dressed, fuck it all, wear whatever you want because you're getting dressed, you're getting yourself dressed. By all means, like I would have definitely been like, yeah, kid, go ahead. But I like put a uniform on immediately. Ironically enough, I went to Catholic school and had hated wearing a uniform, which also accounts for my rebellious nature. Yes, I was forced to wear blue slacks or a plaid skirt and a polo or button up for fucking 8 fucking years. All right. Yeah, I fucking don't really like polos or plain clothes or no. I did that forever. And the only expression I got would be a necklace. So yes, my jewelry is important to me. I would only get to wear a certain type of thing, one of each. Now I wear so much jewelry. That's intentional. That's me. That's for a lack of expression all those years, right? So even in those times, there's a reason I was getting back to why life is so lonely. Yeah. Oh, hey, sorry. I thought you saw us. Yes, I'm back. You haven't missed much. So as a kid, I knew, even in our uniforms, I knew I did not fit in, obviously. I'm fucking weird. And anytime we had a day where we got to dress in our own clothes, like, okay, feel weird. Real bold fashion choices for being in Catholic school. And yeah, even when I was still in preschool and kindergarten, I think I told y'all when I got in big trouble with the nuns for my outfit. I was in big trouble with my mom and she brought me to school. She told the nuns, oh, she already in trouble with me, but let her get sent to the principal's office for this outfit, showing my belly and stuff. She was like, bro, I don't know. Toddler mode. Fashion icon since day one. If the nuns didn't hate your outfits, are you even? No. Okay. If the nuns never pulled your ass out of class, you are not a fashion icon, sis. I'm sorry to say it. I didn't say it. I heard that and I said, you know what? You're probably right. That's my extreme insane fashion sense. Excellence. So what's funny is the uniform didn't inspire me to go harder and to be more extreme. I was like that before I had to wear a uniform. I didn't have to wear a uniform in preschool and kindergarten. Cool. Tell me about that, please. While I'm gonna continue to talk. There's a delay in the chat. Please tell me about the monastery. Um. So yeah. So it's just so funny, isn't it? Where I just yeah was like that before I even had to wear a uniform, and so when I took it off, I was still like that, right? And so even 8 years of conditioning did not change who I was. 8 years of servitude and solitude and service. So even though I didn't really fit in with my classmates, I didn't fit in with a bunch of conservative Republican kid fucking, their parents were that, but I didn't not fit in with these religious Reich fucking probably entirely racist people. That like I never did. Even disguised in a uniform, even being taught to accept one another right in front of our faces religiously, not even like covertly, but openly. I never fit in. That's okay. I always had at least one friend. I always had someone who would talk to me. Oh, there was always someone there. And for me, that's why I like to be the person there for people. It's why I like to stream. It's why I talk to people who maybe don't really have that many people to talk to, or I try to. And and I will carry a lot of weight for people, and I get very agitated by people who have a lot of people to talk to and still take up a lot of my time without reciprocating that energy, right? That really pisses me off. Because it's like you can welcome back, baby. Um, but yes, the lonely people, that is, yeah. Call me Eleanor Rigby. We should do it, Lolly Bigby or something. What? Eleanor Rigby, Illuminati Bigby. Yeah, that's probably better. It's funny. Um, Bigby's a coffee chain that I like. Okay, yeah, funny. Um, cool. Fuck yeah. Cool. Okay, that sounds righteous. Literally. Very cool. Yeah, so I went to preschool in a monastery. Very fun. Very cool. It was gorgeous. I still remember that building. I haven't been in it since I was 5 years old, but I could tell you I could tell you the layout of the classroom front of it, but I could tell you about the behind the scenes, those hallways, and oh my god, I think I saw it one time my aunt worked there, right? I do have a photographic memory, and I think people underestimate it. But it's still there, so you could verify. I mean, I could give you full detail of my, you know what I'm saying? And I don't necessarily want to on stream right now because it'd be creepy and really revealing of like preschoolers. Like regardless, even if I don't live there anymore, you know what I'm saying? Um, you know, yeah, yeah, I'm Catholic. Um, but it was very beautiful, the marble and everything, stretched in the front office. You walk into the vestibule, and then you go this way was the north square carpeted room. There's all the toys and games, tape, brown carpet. Go this way was the south room, and there was like the lunchroom was there, pretty big room, white tiles, fluorescent lighting, and then the smaller classroom where the nun was. She was my teacher. A smaller room. That was probably first sign of autism. I had to be in the smaller class. Um, and she had a circle, gray carpet, and then south room had the same carpet. The emergency exit was in that room, so you had to climb up a staircase and go out the door. We only got to do fire drills like once a year, but it was very fun and cool. And they had the music and stuff. Well, no, they had more of the music stuff in the other room, but we had some cool stuff in there. There's tables on one side. The desk was on this side. There was 2 teachers in that room, right? Mm. And then if you went, so that was like the restriction of the classrooms. If you went in the back, is where the nuns lived. And like I said, I only went back there like one time because my aunt worked there. And she was like, yo, I forgot something. And she would take me home every day because she'd be off work. She would clean for them. And so she's like, I forgot something, you gotta walk with me, but you can't tell anyone you were back here. And all the nuns would see me and say hi. They didn't care. They were like, okay, it's like our employee's niece. Like, it's whatever. And I guess I just like it's very hazy details, but it was like you walk back. It was so, oh my god, it was so beautiful. It was very haunting. It was like people died there, and I didn't know at the time because I didn't know what necromancy was. Right, didn't know I could talk to dead people, but I definitely was. And there was like these windows that were sort of like stained glass, but they weren't color from what I remember because I do remember light coming in, so they may have been yellow. I don't think they were yellow. It was like white light, but you couldn't see out the windows. Maybe they were high up. And then, sorry, I was like 3 or 4 years old. And the marble, it was like the floors were marble. The staircase was marble. I don't know if it was actual marble. It was like that dark speckled, you know? And even up the walls was like the whole thing. It was like crazy. Like the whole thing was built. And there was like a chapel with a red staircase, and that was really fancy too. And there was like a whole thing going on there. Um, but at the same time, the back there, it was just like, whoa, marble staircase and shit for these nuns. And then there was like a hallway with rooms, and the rooms were very humble. The rooms, I feel like I only saw them once. They were very like small. Oh, thank you for the follow. There were small box rooms with simple beds. Like they still lived a simple life in a lavish place. What is with y'all? It's so funny. What's up? Cute. Yeah, yeah. It really was. I only got to go back there like one time though. That's why I'm like, I kind of like picture that entryway very vaguely and the stairwell, and I didn't even get to go up the stairs. And it was dark though. You think maybe it wasn't marble. You think like white, but it was like green and emerald. They called it emerald. They called it emerald. It was so beautiful, emerald and sapphire, and I don't even know. It was just gorgeous in there. I loved it so much. So yeah, I don't know why I went into such specific detail about that, other than to emphasize my photographic memory and how detailed and how far back it goes. Because, like, yes, my whole life, and of course, it's not like I remember every single day. But if you were to start describing a day, I probably would be able to easily pull it up in my memory. Um, but I think just places I went every day for long periods of time obviously stand out in my mind. It's like having a map of my whole life to have a photographic memory, right? Um, cheers. Of all the people in the world, why should I love you? Hey, Bush. I feel like I'm about to enter my red shoes era. I feel like I did a brief kick inside era and a very, very long, long Hounds of Love era. And now I'm in my red shoes era. It's mostly YouTube's suggestion slash fault because they played Lily the other day and I was like, oh, that's nice. And then today I was like, I would like to hear all the people Can't sing like Kate Bush. She goes way high. And my voice is still not shot like it was. It's getting a lot better, and I was singing a bit today and yesterday, but not that much. Wasn't ready to record, so I didn't want to heat it up and risk it again. And like let it rest a little longer. But it is coming back for sure. I watched the stream from last night because it was kind of well, it wasn't short, but I watched it anyways. I was just cleaning and organizing, and I was like, I'm sick of YouTube tarot. Kind of get sick of music once in a while. Kind of just get mad, need some kind of message or guidance. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna listen to myself. So a little self conscious. I was like, am I having anxiety irrationally, or was that a whack ass stream? And then I listened to it, and I was cracking myself up, and I looked amazing, and the messages seemed very powerful. And I was like, okay, yes, that is anxiety for no reason. There's no reason to feel the way that I was feeling. Cool. Perfect. Love that. Um, Sometimes you have to be your own ease of mind. Yes. Sometimes in order to overcome anxiety, you just have to realize that it's anxiety. And as much as people want to be like, oh my God, if only it were that easy, it's like maybe you don't understand the concept if you think that would be easy. Lady, isn't this your house? Maybe they're new, they're just visiting, yeah? Something like that. Um, all the people in the world, why should I love you? Thank you. It is. Oh wow. Um, okay, appreciate it. It's late as hell, I get that. Like, love that you're here at all. We're not doing much. Oh yeah, I was gonna pull some cards. We're almost to the hour. We got 15 minutes before I gotta roll ads. I almost want to have a little snack before we get too much into it. I was already streaming for an hour or two. Was it an hour or 2 hours? An hour? Probably only an hour. Feels really long tonight, doesn't it? I think that's just time. It seems to be so long or dragging. So let's do it. I think I'm gonna switch to tarot. And then after tarot, we're gonna read a little bit of Be Here Now, and then I'm gonna call it for the day. So I'm gonna get some more water, do a little shake, a little dance, a little stretch, you know what I mean? And we'll come back with the Cosmic Deck of Initiation only. I'm just gonna pull a few cards. I've been wanting to, so I figured I can do it on stream instead of just doing it for myself because I'm a nice person, even when I'm on a break from the tarot as per God's request. I said, God, may I have an exception? Just this one deck, this one night, this one time, because I myself am curious. God said, okay, yeah, you can do that. Great, thank you. So we will do it. And then we'll go back to reading a little bedtime story. And we can all fall asleep to the book. And then I will go. So that is how the night will unfold. Do stick around if that's what you're called to do. And I love you. Thanks for being here. I'm going to go with the 3 minutes of ads. I hope you stick around and are here when I'm back. Use your time wisely, yeah? Okay, y'all. Sorry, I was eating blackberries. So I just had to make sure I didn't have any seeds in my teeth before I came back on here, yeah? Well, we're in tarot mode for the first time in weeks. God allowed me one exception, one deck, one time. That's it. And we're back to personal readings only. If you are interested in a personal reading, go to my website, check the Mystical tab. It'll have a list of decks. They should be self-explanatory, but I haven't fixed my description pages yet. It's pretty bad. It can be very unfocused at times. Always remember to do things once it's too fucking late to do them. All that being said, we are going to do the Cosmic Deck of Initiation. Anybody would like to partake? I've pre-packed my bowl. I'm very, very particular about my bong. Also, I think since we did talk at length about weed, especially being weed as medicine, I think it's fair to also say it's very spiritual. Yes. And I need to change the water. I do it every few days, really. I think it's been a couple days though here. I can tell because this floats. And you can feel the difference, but I always try to like clean the bowl piece every time, like pretty much every time I use it. Sometimes it needs to build up more before I can clean it, but yeah. Keep it pretty clean, best I can. So cheers. You are partaking. And I like bongs the most because the water adds an extra filtration system, and the glass alleviates any additional fiber in paper or tobacco leaf, right? And that's why I obsessively change this water. Not trying to inhale mold or resin or anything like that. I need fresh. And whenever I change it, I always rinse it with apple cider vinegar and then rinse it out and fill it again. Because it's sacred and it's holy and it means a lot to me. It's my medicine routine. I don't want it to be dirty. Smoke is bad enough. Smoking is bad enough. I get that. What we were talking about earlier. I really wish I'm far from being addicted to weed, but I do use it in a way that it is depending because I use it as medicine and it works for me. And unfortunately, it is what it is. Because yeah, I wish maybe I didn't, but until there's a better solution, fine. So here we are with the cards, the Cosmic Deck of Initiation. Fell on my lap. Virgo, yes. I would like to remind you can resonate with whatever placements you want in your chart, but I feel like these cards in particular are going to speak possibly strongly to your moon, possibly strongly to your moon sign. I was going to say possibly strongly to your moon sign and definitely, I said it like 3 times. Okay, your moon sign. These are great for your moon sign. Okay, so it's like, yeah, great for your moon sign. Great for your moon sign. That's so weird. What is that about? It's almost like I'm channeling somebody, but also talking about someone Virgo moon, probably. Someone with a Virgo moon watching, maybe, because I said that moon sign like 3 times. Okay, giver of light. Miracle. Law of life is you have to live it. The law of life is that you have to live it. It doesn't matter how it's going to work out if you do nothing to make it work. Okay, Aquarius. Law of cause and effect. Wow. I am an Aquarius moon, so I'm being called out. There's always a cause to the effect. Giving embryonic vibes. Law of free will, giver of light, Taurus. God damn it, because my sun sign. Y'all calling me out. See, Gemini, season, and Leo, cool, and Unity, interesting, and Guardian Angel, right. Giver of light, law of free will, and miracle. What's in between them? Libra, crown, laughter, and inner vision. Awesome. So, protected. Miracles happen. Hello. Tried that method before. Okay. Okay. Law of transmutation, unity, Aries initiation. Whatever was going on in your life, this Aries season is coming into full effect. Law of transmutation is being able to transmute things. So, for example, yesterday, I've been being tested with anger. Been like a month since I had, over a month now, since I felt very angry about anything or very sad about anything. Hit a bottom to it. Came out like, oh, I'm healed, I'm fresh. Past couple days, I've experienced anger, and I've had to transmute that anger into other energy, right? Forcing it to be rest, forcing it to be opening up, forcing it to be expressed in healthier ways or repressed safely, okay? Law of transmutation. If it comes up and you don't like it, then you got to figure out how exactly you're going to fix it because it's not going to not come up. Unity, working together. Maybe you don't know how to transmute your anger. Maybe you don't know how to transmute the feelings you're having. Maybe you don't know how to fix it. Then ask somebody else, dimwit. Okay, sorry. The name calling feels like someone else is calling names to you. Yeah, it's supposed to be personal. Ask for help. Aries. It could be help from an Aries. It could be, again, something that was happening during Aries season, that you were curious about or that began unfolding, or the way this year started is what Aries season would be. So thinking of the zodiac year starting in Aries season and this year starting the new universal decade that is to come, just as we watch the 2022 close from 2012, right? An initiation, being initiated into this new, right? So of course it could take time. Of course it could take time. It's a big deal, right? Okay, so just relax, hold your horses. Please don't quit yet. Law of attraction, you wanted this, Pisces, end of the year shit. You said you're leaving it all behind for this. Yeah, baby, it came just right in time. Virgo fell on my lap at the beginning of it. Chill out. It's just so you can brag to your friends. Oh, I'm just kidding. Shut the fuck up. Everybody needs to get off my dick. It's been a night like this, okay? It's just been a night like this. Law of attraction, Pisces, and law of compensation. Whatever you were willing to sacrifice in Pisces season is showing. It shows. And you will get paid. It will pay off. What you attract is what you receive. So make sure that you're attracting positivity. You may want the lifestyle or anything, like a certain tone or to fit in with the right crowd, but if you're not attracting positive experiences and not thinking with your whole mindset, but rather with, oh, I'm gonna get revenge, I'm gonna be the best, I'm gonna, you know, whereas you could attract, I'm gonna be appreciated, I'm going to be adored. I'm going to be well respected. I'm going to be safe. I'm going to be secure. I'm going to be stable. Because you can get the same goal, but with different benefits, I think. Okay. Yes. Whatever you were willing to give up in Pisces season, whatever you were willing to give up in Pisces season, that's going to pay off. So if you didn't give anything up for Lent, if you weren't willing to give up anything back then, when we all talked about it, that will also show. Yeah. Right. 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 Pay back. Okay, so just watch your mindset at this point because you are taking the steps. What you attract is what you get, but the compensation will come for what you have already sacrificed. Yes, yes. Okay. Law of karma, law of continuity, and Virgo. See, I told you Virgo fell on my lap. Law of karma and law of continuity. You are not exempt from bad karma. Nobody is. No matter how much good you think you're doing, you have to recognize that just because you think something is justified, you must be able to see from the perspective of others. And the truest karma is when you interact the least with others. And that's very hard to do. Very hard to do. You will hurt people, and there will be karma for it, whether you mean to hurt them or not. The more honest you are in life, and the less that you stake in others, the less bad karma you accumulate. But perhaps the less good karma you accumulate too. It's a neutral way of life, but it is always an option. If you are not willing to absolve for your own sins or make up for, hold space for the accountability that is your actions and consequence. Yes, that's tough. It's tough. Okay, it's very tough. Law of karma, Virgo. Law of continuity. You must continue the work and you must continue down that road. You might still be paying off karma for things that you've already done. You might even pay off karma for things that are to come. You might remember these days someday and think, ah, yes, now it makes sense. You know, law of compensation. Now it makes sense. Commitment. Once again, guardian angel and the crown. Universal balance. Everything's coming into balance. Some people are scared. Some people are not worried at all. Some people are oblivious. Some people are 10 toes down. Some people are all hands on deck. Some people are no deck. Okay. Virgo, where you at? Virgo, where you at? Virgo, where you at? I don't know. Okay. So these two face down, blocking universal abundance and law of limitation. You cannot manifest a wealth beyond your own means. Okay. If you want an increase in wealth, you have to know exactly what you're going to do with that money. And if it's below it, then you're not going to get it. If you say, I don't know yet, you're not going to get it. If you say, I got an idea, you're not going to get it. You really have a plan for this money, then yeah, you can have it. But you can't just ask the universe for a bunch of stuff you don't need. You will find suffering in them. So, universal love and duality. You have to learn to love both sides of yourself, the soft side and the hard side, the good side and the bad side, the petty and the forgiving, right? You have to learn to balance who you are, accept that you are dynamic, accept that you are a multifaceted human being, mostly because you are human at all in your being. And universal love is that if you can love yourself, you can love anyone else for sure. If you can't love yourself, you still are worthy of love from others. Universal love is that love exists no matter what. Yeah. 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 Ah. Somebody was like, oh, yeah, you are beautiful. I am beautiful? I know. I get to hear it all the time. I get to look at myself in the mirror all day long. It is incredible. It's amazing. It's so beautiful. I'm grateful every time. You have no idea. You have no idea. Even when I look crazy or hit, atrocious, tired, ridiculous, then I'm like, wow, I really look like a sci-fi creature right now. I love my reflection. Love this body and who I am. Could it be better and improved? I used to think yes. Now, who cares? I'm already in this. Too late, now I'm in this bitch. You don't know the half. The shit get real. Belly girls giving blowjobs for Louboutins. What you call that? Head over heels. 6 years earlier, dude, don't ask. No money, no family. 16 in the middle of the night. But yeah, okay. Universal love is that love exists no matter what capacity you experience it in. What's your next blockage? It's blocking your free spirit and your love frequency. You need to attune to the frequency that you're on and what you want to be on. And you have to let your spirit go where it wants to go and allow it to flow where it needs to be and to pull you into the things that it loves. Okay. What's blocking you? The threshold. You just haven't crossed the barrier yet. You just haven't got there yet. You just haven't accepted the full truth and nothing but the truth. Okay. Law of karma and law of continuity. You're not done serving up. You know, it's like you haven't reckoned with how bad you were. Yeah, you're like, I've suffered enough. I get it. No, it's way deeper than that. Law of compensation. It will pay off to do the work now. Or you will look like a damn fool later. If you even survive the damn mess. It'll be a miracle, yes? Trinity, manifest, universal forgiveness. If you can accept an apology from others, you must accept that others can accept your apology. You must also accept forgiving yourself for these things, right? Where's my Jacoby, my Blakeup, my Alexander? Forgiving the self. If you think others are worthy of your forgiveness, then you are inherently worthy of forgiveness. If you can so easily forgive others, then you must learn to forgive yourself, and you must understand that others will forgive you. If you can do that for them and for you, then they will also return that. Okay, that's universal forgiveness. The Trinity spot, manifesting, unfolding, the opposite of a black hole. If a black hole destroys all matters, then the Trinity spot amplifies it. Scorpio and Pisces. Wow, group watching. That's so cute. I could not even. What? No, I'm just kidding. That'd be weird as fuck. Scorpio and Pisces, water energy though. What's that about? Don't know. Would be a good time to manifest Scorpio and Pisces placements. You'd have to wait until Scorpio season or even Pisces season to see what you have manifested, but it's neither here nor there, I suppose. And law of compensation, it all comes back and it all pays off. Okay, cool. Universal healing and law of attraction. The more healed you become, the more you'll attract healers, healed people. Is it a miracle to be healed? Maybe. Is that a thing anybody is? I don't know. A constant wounding in life? Perhaps. I don't know. There will always be hurt. There will always be sorrow. Duality. As long as you can focus on the lights, on the sunshine, on the love in life, I think you will be fine. Do. Did it get quiet for everybody, or was that just like over here? Sagittarius, Virgo, and universal spirituality. Holy fucking balls. Yeah, okay. I know it's not always sun sign. Sometimes it's just moons, but come on. Ladies, chill. Kidding, but also, what the fuck? Right. What? Virgo Sagittarius, sounding familiar to you? Or, oh, dropping cards for you. I'll leave those. No, universal compassion, sower of seeds. You put the idea in somebody. Oh, shit. Poily, we need to talk. Probably ASAP, you dumb bitch. Okay, laughter. Yes. Law of life is that you have to live it. The law of life is that you have to live it. Oh, wow. Who's the Sag? Yeah, right. I'm like, oh no. Reap what you sow. Hope that's not a. Oh, golden rule, law of continuity, initiation, Leo. Oh, I hope these are for me. Commitment, Aries, universal abundance, law of life, unity. Boom. I didn't really love that slew of cards just now. I just have a few questions to ask from that. Okay, universal healing. We must heal the wound before you open it again without realizing you have it in the first place. Okay, commitment and golden rule, law of continuity, universal freedom, and Aries. Guardian angel, leave it on top. Law of karma being revealed again. Okay, so foundation. Healer within. If you are a healer, your first task is to heal yourself, and that is hard as hell. So many healers probably never fully realize. Spend a lot of their time healing others and feeling unsatisfied. Yes. Feeling like no one can ever fix them or their problems. Wondering why that is. It's because the healer must heal themselves before they begin their healing journey. Capricorn. It might be your moon sign. Cancer. Might be your moon sign. Universal truth. Speak it to you. Okay, we'll see you soon. And evolution. It's time to outdo what you have been doing and grow a bit and do something new, yeah? Do something else, do something different. Dare to be, defiant in the face of things, no matter how comfortable you've gotten. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I think that's it for these cards. Some message though. Big message coming through. I'll believe it when I see it. I believe it when I see it. Is that already a song? Kind of sounds like a melody in my head. I believe it when I see it. You know? And you better come to me. Come to me. Better come to me. Oh, 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 oh. Have the reason to keep living. Oh, and the reason there is you. Her voice is so shy. tonight. I don't know. It's probably just because it's late and I was talking today a bit, but universal healing. Yeah, I think these cards are good. I think that song maybe was the message. Go listen to that song. It's the Velvet Underground. I found a reason. Okay, listen to that. Universal harmony. Even if you're listening to it for the sake of hearing music, hearing it musically, and not for the message. Duality could be both. Could be you need to hear that song and the way it was made and composed, and also the message within the lyrics of the song. So that's yeah. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. You better come to me. Come to me. You're at the brink of something. You're at the threshold. Time to break through. If you're right at the surface and it's about to explode and you're about to bust open, you might as well. Okay. Cancer, once again, could be a moon sign. Yeah, we're going to put this deck away. Guardian Angel. Final note. Call upon your angels. Universal abundance is yours if you allow it to be. But you have to do that in a way that is deep and true to who you are as a person and also true to the way of the laws of the universe, right? It is both simultaneously. And it is a very hard balance. And it's not always the method that people take to get what they want. But they'll sell you on the fact that it is. But in reality, the karma sometimes is coded, so to speak. Oh, yeah. Scorpio incense. One on the clock with 442, and I looked up at it. Cute. So that will conclude the tarot for the evening and for the week, basically. I think I will not be streaming the next 2 nights. I work on Saturday, and typically when I work, I need so many hours to get myself ready for no reason, mentally mostly, not even physically. Is when I know I'll be interacting. All right, so there's that. I also, oh, but I also will sometimes try to do a short stream and it ends up being twice as long as I want it to be. I'm not great with time management, I admit. Yes. So it's better if I just don't stream no matter what time I work that day. So funny. Um, so other than that, I think we're just gonna read before I go to bed. Gonna read some Be Here Now. What do y'all think? It's a great one to just pick up and leave off with, I think. I thought. Some people were like, I'm confused as fuck. What are you reading? And I'm like, oh, it's just like this weird psychedelic thing. I thought you could just listen to some anecdotal pages and it would make sense, but I think that maybe I've taken too much acid. Yeah. Welcome back. That was great timing. I'm about to start reading. I'm done with the tarot for the evening and as I mentioned for the week. I might be done streaming for the week, but definitely going back to no, stop. Nowhere. Um I just said I've taken too much, like, over the years, you know? Like, uh, I can't even remember why I made that joke. Someone will watch the replay and they'll go, "Hmm, hmm." Okay, so we're gonna roll an ad, I guess. I only have 20 minutes until I have to roll one anyways, so if we roll 3 minutes, we'll get back up to a full hour, and if we only roll 1 minute, we to 40. So I'll try to read for at least an hour. I get anxious to finish books now, and I'm excited for that. It's a slight escapism because I'm a little stressed with the amount of stuff that I have to do and how I'm not getting it all done in a day, and I'm really not capable of doing it all myself necessarily, but I'm really trying anyways. Um, the stress is getting to me in some ways. Yeah, it's like really hard. At least you have a team, bitch. Fuck. Got nothing. I have Dom sort of helping me with one thing in my life, and my roommate is hella supportive in so many different ways. Um, and like I have a friend who helps me deal with my stress in a physical way, so I'm doing all right. Um, shut up. You do not need to put them on blast. But yeah, it would be nice if people gave a fuck, right? Feel you. Um, yeah, so love and life, absolutely, yeah. But it's hard, and then I'm like, oh man, I'm not getting enough done. Um, so I feel like me, right? Me all of a sudden getting into books is one because I don't know, it was weird. I went to Barnes and Noble because we were by a Barnes and Noble, and I thought, hey, let's go, please. And a lot of times I don't buy anything or I buy discount books. I bought one discount, like a $5 book, on this trip, and I bought this Be Here Now and the Kim Gordon memoir. Full price, brand new books. Whoa, what the fuck? Um, Personally, I'm reading Girl in a Band by Kim Gordon. I'm a little over halfway done, and I actually love it a lot. And she's so different from me, but it's cool. Because I love her music and I love the way she doesn't stray away from giving people credit where credit is due. And I feel like it's very rare for artists to do that. So I like really appreciate her energy and her honesty. And that comes from her Taurian self, I think. But on stream I've been reading Be Here Now, which we'll be getting into, like I said, after the next ad break. But I'm anxious to get to the next books all of a sudden. Yeah, okay, we can cheers. I think there's still weed in this bong, babes. This bra ain't got boobs in it though. Sorry, I'm sorry. It's like I might as well address it. I've been subtly playing with my tits all night, and if you were paying attention, you would not you would have been like, the fuck is she doing? And I bet a lot of people are trying to fucking eye my tits in general. Whatever. I wasn't trying to play with my chest. My bra let. I gotta be like this. I can't be like troll mode, Goblin City, slouching boobies everywhere. Sorry. Oh God, I'm so sorry. Why am I talking like a fucking teenage caveman. Yes, I did dye my hair, and I also gave it a trim. So I trimmed it a few days ago, and then my roommate dyed it for me. So I like this little bit, and then made this more blonde. I'm gonna go platinum for Barbie, but if I don't, it's fine. And then we're gonna do Yoshi. So excited. Um, it looks. I like it though, right? Like so cute. I don't know why I'm such a cute blonde. It's because I'm in my Nico era. It's because I'm in my Kim Gordon era. It's because I'm in my iconic blonde bitches with bangs era. Okay, I just named two. I bet I could name seven more if I really thought about it. Does Brigitte Bardot count? I don't know if she really had the full bang, but she was like blonde. Iconic. Who else had this haircut? You know, who was your favorite person who rocked this haircut or similar haircut to this? So many iconic women. I'm like, yeah, I'm ready. Owen Wilson, yes, counts. Of course, of course. Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it? Yeah. So I'm in my Owen Wilson era. It's like Kate Bush's "Wow," but Owen Wilson sang it. Wow, wow, wow. That's really incredible. If you knew the song, it's so cute. We think you're incredible. So, yeah, I really dig being blonde all of a sudden, but I don't think I'm gonna just perpetually bleach my hair. That sounds awful, you know. Um, but right now I love it. I'm in my blonde bitch with bangs era. Yeah, this music video goes hard as hell too. Yeah. I had a blonde mohawk at one point. It fucked. It fucked. It was like, okay, so my friend Danny, RIP, he's amazing. We'll rip one for Danny, by the way. My friend Danny, love him so much. One of the only people who really never got in a fight with. He would piss me off and then diffuse the situation immediately. I was like, wow, you're so calm and amazing somehow. For as unhinged and ridiculous as you are, as much as you fight with everyone else, you just one of those people who got me, you know? Far and few between for me to be gotten that way. But when it does happen, I am very easy to love that person, yes. I love Danny, always have. So I call him up and I say I want a mohawk. He goes, come over, I'll give you one. He was very notorious for just like hawking people, so to speak. Um, Shaving their heads for them. It's sometimes completely shaved, but a lot of it was like this. It was the era. It was the summer of the mohawk. I don't know how else to explain it. Yeah, there was a ton of us, and so I wanted to do it. I already think I had short hair because I cut my shit dreads off. That time I will say shit. They were garbage fucking white people. They were worse than they weren't even Grinch fingers because it was like these mats and then like just hair. It was kind of cool in the way that it was like, what the fuck even is that and how did you do it? But yeah, it was definitely yeah, I went from my hippie phase to my punk phase, right? Because my hippie phase was too punk for the hippies. I was like, yeah, dude, revolution, girl style now, and they were like, whoa, what are you even talking about? You know, we're just like smoking weed and going to music festivals, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool. We could change the fucking world, you know. They were like, whoa, dude. So I was like, yeah, I'm too punk for this. Right. I'm like way too pumped for this hippie shit. That's why it's so funny when people are like, "Oh, you're like a hippie." I'm like, "No, I'm psychedelic. Don't get me wrong. I'm very psychedelic. I'm all about things that are beautiful and of the mind. Psychedelia, backwards, of the mind and beautiful. I'm all about that. But hippie, not quite. They're all like peace and love. I'm like community, organization, radical movements, leaning towards anarchy, which is a good solution for everyone, including the governing body. Fuck you, Gloria. You know, it's like, come on. We can't just no, I'm not a hippie. I'm sorry, I'm not a hippie. So I cut the dreads off. It looked terrible. Cut them off. And I called Danny and I said, I need a mohawk. He said, come over, I'll give you one. So I get there and there's a party. I'm like, okay, this is fine. I still want to do this. Because God knew, and I knew that God, right? I didn't know it was God, but I knew spirit. I knew the universe. I trusted at this time. This was 10 years ago, right? Must have been 10 years ago. And it was cute because I love him so much. Miss him. I miss him all the time. Literally miss him all the time. If I'm not missing him, it's because he sneaks up behind me and says I was here. And that's why you did not miss me, is because like, I was not absent. And then I see him and I say, I miss you so much. He says, I know, but I miss you now. Right? Anyways, so Danny is drunk as fuck. Goddamn. Okay. So I immediately just get stoned. And I think I didn't drink that much back then. I've never been much of a drinker, really. I may have had a drink or two. Because, thank you for the follow. Because at the time, I would have honey had place to stay or whatnot. But oh my god, we just got fucked up. He was already drinking. I was like, fuck it. Like I can't think too much. I'm just gonna go right with him. Right? Fuck it. So he's looking in the mirror and he's looking at my face. And genuinely, I think he was onto something because I notice even when I do my hair that it seems like my head kind of like is a little misshapen where it goes up on one side and then my face is slightly, it's not like perfectly symmetrical by any means. So when he said this, at the time I was like, yo, he's drunk and he doesn't want to mess up the lines. But in retrospect, he may have really looked at my face and decided this look for me. But he just goes, we're going to do just an organic shape. We're doing like we're gonna do an organic mohawk. Like, all right, let's fucking go. So he did me this cool drip thing. I still had one dread. I had like a 2 foot long dread still that came from right in the back of my head. And yeah, it was before Shia LaBeouf. And it was before that episode of Broad City. And it was before whoever else. Creepy shit. I don't want to think about it. Why did I bring that up? It doesn't matter. Moving on. I had my 2 foot long dread. And he's giving me this like water droplet shaped mohawk where it just was like uh, that, like it was down in the front, but it curved one way and then curved the other way. And then it stopped probably here and then picked up here for some reason. Said it looked nice, that spot on my head. And he wanted it to be accentuated from the dread tail in case I wanted to remove it because I said it was a possibility. And it looked amazing. It was so funny. I thought, oh, he's just drunk and doesn't want to mess up my lines. But he really curated a beautiful piece on my head. It was very cool. It wasn't the same as everybody else's, and it suited my face and my head so well that he really, I mean, it was like an artistry and a skill that he had. And it was very beautiful. And he knew that I was creative enough to be able to pull it off with confidence and to be able to allow him to experiment and do it. Yeah. Because that's the beauty of it. And then I dyed it blonde, pink, and orange. I had a friend of mine do it. She's an amazing hairstylist as well. Salonist because she does color cuts, everything. She's great. A Virgo. Oh, that's okay. It was probably boring to you, baby. It doesn't matter. I love how you came back for the part about a Virgo though. That's funny. So that was my blonde mohawk. My organic teardrop shaped blonde, pink, orange mohawk. You can watch the replay if you want to. But anyways, we now only have not even 10 minutes until the next ad break needs to go. So that was a good one to carry over. Once little cheers of water to life and a little weed to Danny. Cheers. I want you by my side so that I never feel alone again. It's always been so kind, and now they brought you away from me. I hope they didn't get your mind. Your heart is too strong anyway. We need to fetch back the time they have stolen from us. I want you, we can bring it on the floor. Never danced like this before. We don't talk about it, dance along. Feel the boogie all night long. Stoned in paradise. Shouldn't talk about it. Shouldn't talk about it. That was the song of the summer of the Mohawk. White people, you know, but it was still cute. It was a good time, and I loved every moment of it. Right? And he was a beautiful person through and through. So, I'm not doing any more tarot, by the way. If you're tuning in, I know, right? 10 probably. I listened to it a bit because of him. Um, I've always liked it because of him, and then when he passed, I listened to it a lot more. Yeah. So I'm glad you like it. Well, you didn't say you liked it, but I'm gonna assume you liked it. Um, Hi everyone. I'm actually done with tarot for the night. I did a quick general reading with the Cosmic Deck of Initiation. I haven't been doing tarot on stream lately. God doesn't want me to. Yeah. It's okay, baby. Um, Pardon. You can always book a personal reading even when I'm not streaming tarot. No problem. You can go to my website and go to the Mystico tab if you want. The description pages aren't working. I've yet to discover why. Please forgive me. If you have any questions, message me here or there, and you can book, right? So I'm gonna have to roll the ads in the next 5 minutes anyway, so I'm about to do that. 3 minutes, we'll be back. And I am going to read a few pages from Be Here Now, and then we're going to probably call it a night shortly after that. Well, not short, I mean shortly after the reading, but I don't know how long I'll last reading, so to be determined. But we'll be back in 3 minutes. Use it. Yo, I'm back. And if you're just tuning in, I'm sorry to say we're done with tarot for the evening. You're lucky I did any, actually. It's pretty crazy. I haven't been doing it lately. I really wanted to do creation, so I did. And I think it was a pretty good reading. If you want to catch the replay, it started about 35 minutes into this video, if I'm not mistaken. But I could be wrong. You have to verify that by watching the entire replay. You're gonna love it. I watch them sometimes. I think I'm funny. I don't know. Maybe you'll think I'm funny too. So now, we are to the, as you can see, we are now reading Be Here Now, Ram Das, 1870. We're gonna rip this bong first. I was reading Be Here Now. About pretty much about them tripping. It's about like what they discovered tripping, but the whole introduction is like, yes, we took a fuck ton of drugs before we wrote this. Absolutely. Sacred drugs, up the mountain type shit, but yeah. Yeah. Cheers. I'm trying to be as baked as they were, but not really even close. Cheers. Good for y'all. I'm happy for you. I might end up channeling them. That's why I'm like ripping it. I know I look like a fucking fiend or whatever. It's just also a mastercraft of the bong, the which I am. Stoner, how long I've been one. Why am I like Stoner Yoda right now? No one ever knows. Last night I was channeling all these fools. It was pretty cute. So allow me, Stoda. That's cute. Where the fuck's Gregor? Where is my very human Gregor? They're good with the puns. I'm wiggling around too much. How we doing? All right. Gonna put this in front of me so I can. Well, there's a good place for it. There's actually a great place for everything. Are you calling me your dad, bro? It's like graciously accept being your stoner dad. Son. Stow son. Is that what? Is that? Oh, my bad. My bad, dude. I'm sorry. My bad. I misread the situation. I'm a little confused and offended, hurt, but moving on and never gonna bring it up again. Auntie all day. Or mommy, depending on who you ask. What's happening is we're going to read some Be Here Now. This is the page we left off last night. I think I'll read it again to start us off, and we'll just read until I don't want to, or if somebody asks me to stop. Okay? Or until the ad break, whichever comes first. Hippies create police. Police create hippies. It's funny that we were just talking about that. If you're in polarity, you're creating polar opposites. You can only protest efficiency. You love the person whose ideals you are protesting against as much as you love yourself. When love has to spring spontaneously from within, and it's no way amenable to any form of inner or outer force, love and coercion can never go together. But though love cannot be forced on anyone, it can be awakened in him through love itself. Love is essentially self-communicative. Self-communicative. Those who have it, true love is unconquerable and irresistible, and it goes on gathering power and spreading itself until eventually transforms everyone whom it touches. Meher Baba. That's very beautiful. Somebody have a headache tonight? Could be mine. It just started here. And the fact of the matter is, as you go out on the astral plane, you see more and more, and the final thing you see in the world of form before you go into the formless, into total unity, you see the world of yin and yang. And the world of yin and yang is another astral plane, and it's one of the highest planes in the world of form. But it's still duality. It is still polarization. There is God, there is man, there is good, there is evil. Yes, no, pleasure, pain, loss, gain. The world most everybody is living in most of the time. Yin and yang. Beautiful images, really. Gotta love it. Gets heavy. There's no really good way to hold it. To show you, read it, and be comfortable with my wrist. The only way out of that is to take the poles of every set of opposites and see the way in which they are one. And if you can get into that place where you see the interrelatedness of everything and you see the oneness in it all, then no longer are you attached to your polarized position. The whole thing about generation gaps is a hype. The spirit is the spirit. When you can center and see your whole life as a story in which chapters are unfolding, then the moment to moment ego involvement, am I getting enough at this moment, ceases to be a dominant theme, and you start to live in the Tao, the way. Jesus said, I am the way. It's the same way. The way is the way is the way. This is my favorite page. Great favorite page because it's actually got tarot cards on it. Holy shit. I was just saying that because it's page 31 and I'm 31. So I was like, okay, this is my favorite page because I didn't know how else to decide. There's been so many pages I love. This is the Fool, and this is the Hanged Man, and this is the Star, and this is the Sun, and this is the High Priestess, and this is Death, and this is, yeah, this is Tarot. There's the Devil. What are the odds? What are the odds? I don't know what the odds are. One in how many ever when I fucking have known this book my whole life. I've at least had this in my hands so many times. I've flipped through it. But I just so happen to be 31 years old when I actually go to read it, which I think is around the same age that Ram Dass first took psilocybin. But look at these illustrations. It's tarot. This is my favorite page in the whole book. I know. I don't even know what it says yet. Let's go. Oh my god. So one card fell to the ground earlier after the Cosmic Deck of Initiation, and I put it aside as I do with all the other decks. And it was this card, yes? Universal Harmony. This is what this book is about. This is what they were talking about. This is something I've always known in myself, but could never really redeem in the world around me because I had to experience becoming that person regardless of what I knew and what I know now. And I could cry about it, and I could try to figure it out, and I could try to force it, and I could try to rush it. Or I could relax more often and read more books and let it unfold and come to me as it does. Allow abundance in and let anything that never served me out. I could cry right now. I feel the crying. I feel it in my head and my bones and my heart and my everything. I want to cry. But I physically feel like I've overcome that need so much in life, right? The way is the harmony of the universe. When one comes into the spirit, when one sees how it is, one understands that behind all the individual differences, man, woman, man, big, little, old, young, good, bad, every label you can think of becomes background instead of figure. What stands out is here we are, here and now. That's all there is. And if it isn't beautiful, man, there's nothing. So you say, well, I can't have it beautiful now, but later, when we get the food home, it will be beautiful. Later never exists. What's happened to life? They got me. They got me good. They got me good. The tears didn't fall, so they got caught in there because of my mascara. Couldn't see. That's why I was like, hold on. What's happened to life insurance, to tenure, to planning and saving responsibilities? Nothing's happened to any of it. Okay, that is my favorite page. It has to be because it is. Wow, all the way to 33. Because this is page 32, I have a feeling I'm like 33 as well. Surfing. Either you do it like it's a big weight on you, or you do it as part of the dance. When you understand the thought is the thought of the thoughtless, your singing and dancing is none other than the voice of the Dharma. A queen. Singing and savings and accounts and job and dancing and insurance and responsibility. Shiva's dance of life. Do you do it from or do you do it from I do it from Yeah, I definitely be doing it from I've got some and nothing like my Oh. Do you surf through it all, or do you carry it around like a load? If only you could throw it off. If only I didn't have these kids around my neck. You can't get away for the day because it's in your head that you're trying to get away from and is to change your head. The only way to get away is to change your head. Simple as that. You want to change your environment, change your head. It's all the ecstatic moment if you know how to dig it. If not, it's a travesty. That's all. Profane. Love brain. It says profane, love brain. Yes, that's your favorite page. Wow, this is really pretty, huh? What the fuck does that say at the top? It says desire. Gosh, 4 on the timer. My ad timer. I gotta love it. I gotta love it. I gotta love it. I know that. Um, I gotta love it. I gotta love the whole thing. Every, every inch and every part of it. Desire. The first thing in my teacher's book, the first thing he ever wrote on his slate, because he was silent, was desire is a trap, desirelessness is moksha, liberation. It's funny because I have Masha on my leg. Desire is the creator, desire is the destroyer, desire is the universe. And that applies to the physical plane and the astral plane, the casual plane. Heaven, demons, hell, the demons on 43rd Street, as well as the demons on the astral plane, are all the creations of desire, all the manifestations of the Divine Mother and creations of desire. And that's why Naga, the naked ascetic, worked on getting Ramakrishna, Ramakrishna to go beyond his love for Kali. Give up even the desire to be experiencing the bliss of being it all, of being with the divine. The Buddhists say, I'm talking about the non dualistic Buddhists, cut out all of this middle stuff. They say, don't get hung up on all these different desire trips, just go beyond it all. Buddha's Four Noble Truths are very straightforward and very simple. The first one concerns the fact that life always has in it the element of unfulfillment, call it surfing. Birth, old age, sickness, not getting what you want, getting what you don't want. Even getting what you want in the physical world is going to be suffering because you're going to lose it. It's always in time. Oh, anything that is in time, is going to pass away. Lay up your treasures where moth and rust doth corrupt. That the trap of time, as long as you want anything in time, it goes to pass because time, passes. Oh, I bought this at Barnes and Noble, baby. You buy it when you see it. You'll get it if you need it. Okay? Don't go looking for it. You'll find it. 1717. It never cost anything different. Okay? Less if it's a resale. You'll find it. There's one at your resale shop, the one you go to all the time. Could be a more of a unique hobby store, pawn style shop, and a small library. You should go check there first. And you'd be surprised that it's been sitting there for a while. And the guy couldn't believe nobody took it. Nobody knew what it was. Go get that. That's your message. And if it's not, that doesn't make sense to you, then somebody else watching. Go do. My divination's not always 100% accurate, but sometimes we find shit. Um, the first one concerns the fact that life has always had the element of unfulfillment. Call it suffering. Did we already read this? Yeah, we did. Okay, so here's the page. Pretty. I like it. The clock eye is nice. The second noble truth is the cause of suffering is desire or craving. If you don't try to hold it, you don't suffer over the loss. If you don't worship life, you don't fear death. But if you try to hold on to life, it's very sad. You can honor life, but if you try to hold on to life, it's very sad. Did you ever see a really beautiful woman, like a top model, who is just getting to that point where her looks are changing into what could be an internal beauty if she hadn't been so busy with her external beauty? She is caught in the beauty of time, which withers. How poignant. And yet, we've all touched people who were so beautiful as beings that we never notice whether they are physically beautiful. It's like an eternal beauty lives within them. Well, if you attach yourself, if you crave temporal things, beauty, possessions, achievement, anything, how poignant. I agree with you. Um, welcome back. Ooh, the big ice cream cone. This will be fun. Example, somebody looks at you seductively. An ice cream cone goes by. Will it ever be the big ice cream cone in the sky? Will it ever be an internal ice cream cone, or is it always going to melt? You got to keep eating it, yet it melts and melts. That's its problem. You got to keep eating it because it will melt and then it's gone. You know, that taste in your mouth when you finish and you want a glass of water, right? And you have a big glass of water and there's that bloaty feeling, and then you're ready for the next one to get rid of that one. Let's take a walk. You take a walk. It's cold out. Let's have some hot chocolate. Yes, let's have some. Oh, no, no, no. It's called life. You see, the opposite of craving is saying, baby, there is a way it is. Yeah, here and now. This is it. I accept here and now fully as it is right at this moment. Okay. Lame, halt, blind, dying. We're all dying. At this moment, your body is before your disintegrating very eyes. Okay. At this moment, your body is disintegrating before your very eyes. If you take an LSD, you may be seeing it doing it do this, but you know it's happening. Anyway, it's all downhill trip all the way. Boy, what a funny place to get attached to something that's got to go like that. So Buddha says the cause of suffering is attachment of desire. They all say the same thing. Third noble truth. Give up attachment, give up desire. You end the births, you end the deaths, you end the suffering, you end the whole thing that keeps you stuck. If I'm not attached to this particular time, space, locus, then I can free my awareness from my body and I can become one with it all. I can merge with the Divine Mother. Fourth noble truth is the Eightfold Path for getting rid of desire. Thought, speech, action, livelihood, external, remembrance. No. Exertion? Exertion? Remembrance, meditation, belief. Which says those things. Life straight. Get your life straight. Do your work. Do everything you've got to do. Watch your speech. Watch your thought. Watch your calmness. Get your calm center going. Live your life in such a way as to get yourself straight. To get free of attachment that just keeps sucking you in all the time. Get free of desire. Get free of desire. It's a little like a roller coaster. This is just the way it works. If you read St. John of the Cross, Dark Night of the Soul, you know how it is. You've really been working on yourself and you're very pure, and something very high happens to you. You feel liberated. And then your ego walks around and pats you on the shoulder. Pretty good. Look how holy you're becoming. And you fall again. I have been there. You wonder now, oh, she said she's a holy man. Is she going to fall? Oh, the mark of the holy man is to speak to the dead. Yes, that is in me, but I have been here, yeah? Well, I was chosen. For what? I don't know yet. I just know I was chosen. Yeah, that didn't work well for me. That threw me back many, many years. That's why I'm already 30. I know that. That's one of the traps. In fact, the higher you get, the harder you fall each time. It's the fierce lions guarding the inner gates. All this stuff happens. You are extricating yourself from this web or desire, which is your ego, which is your cognitive framework of the universe. It's all the same thing. And this extrication, believe me, doesn't happen without an internal struggle. This is called tapas, tapasya, straightening by fire. If a man gives way to all his desires or panders to them, there will no inner struggle in him, no friction, no fire. But if for the sake of attaining a definite aim, he struggles with the desires that hinder him, he will then create a fire which will gradually transform his inner world into a single whole. Ouspensky. In Search of the Miraculous. I'm not sure I really get that one. Faith. Had ye but faith, you could move mountains, said Jesus. And that is literally true. The Bible is not a metaphor, it is not a story made up to teach us how to be moral beings. It's a straight message of how it is. When man lives in the Spirit and the Spirit is right inside, the way to get into the Spirit is not a lot of hocus pocus. It's very simple, methodical, mechanical set of steps, but they're only available to him who can hear. Let those who have ears hear. Teach not him who does not want to know. The whole game is based on faith. This is the answer. Page 42, because the answer is always 42. What you may not understand is the whole game you have been playing is also based on faith. You have had faith in the rational mind. We are living in a society which is a temple dedicated to the rational man. Even though the first commandment says, I am the Lord thy God, thou shalt have no other gods before me. Even though that has been said, and even though we repeat it, we still worship the rational mind and its products. We worship our own sense data. It's only when we already been functioning on that we can start to extricate ourselves. We have got to have heard the first message before any of the keys open anything. You don't even know there are doors until you have heard the first message. George's one, Gurdjieff, a Westerner who went on this higher trip, or at least on a large part of the trip, said, You don't seem to understand you are in prison. If you are to get out of prison, the first thing you must realize is you are in prison. If you think you're free, you can't escape. Pretty dark, pretty intense. Pretty much hate when people compare stuff to being in prison because they clearly have never been in prison. But again, it's white man's ignorance even back then, or especially so. Um, what calming the mind is all about, what meditation is for, is to cool you out so you remember, so you see how it all is. Try sitting around when you're full of self pity. You sit down in front of your puja table and you take a picture of Meher Baba, and he's smiling at you like he's the other Marx brother, and he's saying, Let me help you. Oh, I wish you would, Meher Baba. Wow, dig that self pity. Isn't that exquisite? Full bloom. What an extraordinary color. It must be a new brand of self pity. A particularly fragrant variety. I just really want to smell that one. Just sit and smell it for ever so long. It's such a good one. It's so hard. I mean, I wish I could have time to groove with you, but I've got to get on with life. I have important things to do today. All right, Bubba. I'll sit with you for 1 minute, okay? Here we are. You've got 1 minute. Do your thing. 40 seconds left. Okay. I love you. Haha, I forgot about it already. Message me then. Sarana, you've got to be quiet inside to do that kind of photography. It's very easy to photograph inanimate objects like other people, but turn the lens right in on the very stuff you're hiding in. Shoot the camera this way, very powerful stuff. So all I can do all the time is to cool myself out. That's all I'm doing. I do nothing but sarana. If somebody says, What do you do, man? I say, I do sarana. Sure, but I don't. Don't you lecture? Sure, lecturing happens, but I'm doing my sadhana. This trip is helping me get free of my ego, because if I get free of my ego, we all get free of our ego, because that's the way the trip works, because we're all the same being, and that's the problem. We can only move as fast as we can all move. You can hear this message only as purely as I am pure. That's the way it boils down. I can resonate with you in the highest place I am. So I can do nothing for you but work on myself. You can do nothing for me but work on yourself. Ooh, this is a pretty page, but man, I need a quick second. I just read for like 30 minutes straight. Let me just take a breather. I can feel it in my throat. Page 45. How we doing? How's everybody feeling? Kind of tired, man. Kind of want to go. God, I got exhausted. I don't know if that's somebody exhausting me. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Ooh, I got sleepy. Got real sleepy. What do we think? I think I'm tired. I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna roll 3 minutes of ads. Wrap this up. Guess I could read one more page. Read one last page. And then roll some ads. Clean up a bit. And then I think I'm gonna go. Yeah. Kind of just tired. I don't know. Kind of hit me out of nowhere, but it's probably late as hell, so who cares? Oh, I'm going to do good things for my child, baloney. That's all ego. Just work on yourself, and everything. Every time you work on yourself, you get calmer, you hear more, you sense more, you are more, you're more present. What are you offering a child? Not a set of social roles passing in the night. You're offering a child here and nowness, the treasure of consciousness, the treasure of awareness. If you don't help others' beings cut through the illusion because you're through the illusion, what else? What else is there? What are you doing? Doing more of the dance within the dance? Are we always going to meet on the stage? Don't we ever take off the costumes? That's what I feel as a child. We are always on the stage in our costumes. I'm a good child. That's what I am. I know to play. I've been in that good child role for years. I know how to do it. Don't talk back, go to bed early, get your knees dirty. Don't get your knees dirty. Eat all the food on your plate. I'm a master at that game. Is anybody home? Hello, I'm home. Is anybody home? Sure, I'll have some food. If I give you the external things, I'm a good parent. You and I can always starve together. If we're backstage in the here and now, if we're not in the here and now, no matter how much food we put in our bellies, it's never going to be enough. And that's the feeling of Western man. It's not enough. He's got it all going as fast as he can shovel it. He's got every sensual gratification he can possibly desire, and it's not enough because there's no here and now ness about it. Here and now is the doorway to all that energy. Because if you're truthfully here and now, there's no more you. That's the way it works. Did you ever go to the movies and get so caught up in the movie that you forgot who you were? And then the lights came on and you wondered, where am I? What's going on? Oh, it's a movie. What you got to do is create in yourself an absolutely calm center where you're always right here and now. It is just light. It is just isness. Getting into the eating, going to getting in the bed, the toilet, up the stairs, just the isness, talking, running down the street. I'm going to read to page 50, and I'll stop. When you meet a being who is centered, you always know it. You feel a kind of calm emanation. It always touches you in that place where you can feel calm. But you can't hustle it. You can't make believe you're calm when you're not. It never works. Everybody knows you know it's horrible. You must center, find that place. You're doing it from that place inside yourself. And whatever your dance is, always right in here, right in your Hridaya, Hridayam, Hridayam. Gorgeous. She's so gorgeous. Oh my God. Wow. The subtle mother. And every time you step back one step from our own melodrama, cosmic humor gets higher and higher. The absurdity of it all, the extreme beauty of it all. The Divine Mother, which is nature, which is you, which is all of this, which is the whole physical plane. Wow, I love her. She's gorgeous. And she becomes so exquisite and she's pulling you, and that's really something. All you can do is honor her and love her, because if you say, wow, lady, I know who you are, you're the keeper of this reform school. Can't have her, can't reject her, can't live with her, can't put her away. Just honor and honor her, Divine Mother. You've got to worship her. Wow, this one's hard to read, but it sure is pretty. She is the veil, and at some point she is Siddha. Siddha stands aside on the jungle path so Ram's brother can see Ram. Ra is God. Siddha is Ram's wife. And Laksaman is Ram's brother. And they're going along a jungle path, and it is God who is Sita behind him, and then the brother Laksama. And Laksama can't see his brother who is God because of this woman Sita who walks between them. Every now and then she just moves just a little to one side so Laksaman can see God. Really cute, right? Okay. So that's where we're going to leave off for the night. Divine Mother Kali is where we start next time. I love that. Perfect, right? All right. Okay, I'm going to roll some ads and then I'll come back and say goodnight before we go. Yes? Love it. I'll be back in a few minutes to finish wrapping up and everything. But yeah, good night. right, y'all. This is gonna be it. So I just wanted to get back on here and say pretty much good night. As mentioned, I will not be back for a couple days. I would think Saturday night, maybe, but it depends. It just depends on how the day goes. It's just, I have no set schedule for these things anymore. I just kind of go with the flow and do it as often as possible. Um, and that's like the best I can offer currently, which isn't so bad because I think it's very divine timing. And I love that. It is how I have accepted being chronically late as a person. Not something I'm proud of, and it's not something I'm constantly working on. It's just I've tried a lot of things, and I am just because I run on divine timing. I guess my stream schedule is the same. So, um, one last one for the evening as a takeoff. And me needing to change my water tomorrow. I guess I will see you all in a few days. If you need anything, I would say go to my website, but really go to the link tree. I offer a lot of different random stuff, and might find something you like. There hopefully will be updates in a few days. I'm working on a new project that I'm excited about. More. So hopefully that'll be unrolled well. And until all of that, until I see you, maybe Sunday we reconvene. Maybe. Who knows? I don't yet. But until we do, I'll be thinking. Just know that I love you so much. And I really, really appreciate the support, all the new follows, all the new subs. It's never unnoticed. I am so grateful to be able to do this stuff for and with you all. Sweet dreams, relax a little, have a great day and a better tomorrow. And I hope that life continues to get infinitely better for you. Ta ta for now.